The truth about nuts. What seniors need to know for better health. Are you aware that many of the nuts you've been told are heart healthy might actually be causing silent inflammation in your body? It's a concerning truth that affects millions of older adults across America, yet very few health professionals are discussing it openly. Today, we're going to explore the fascinating world of nuts, revealing which varieties might be secretly harming your health and which ones could literally add years to your life. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which nuts deserve a place in your pantry and which ones should be approached with caution. Before we dive in, I want to emphasize that this information comes from decades of clinical research, including studies from institutions like the National Institutes of Health and the Journal of the American Medical Association. I've spent years studying the effects of various foods on aging bodies, and what I've discovered about nuts specifically might surprise you. So, where are you watching from today? Let us know in the comments below. We love to see our community from all across the country. The power of Brazil nuts, nature's thyroid supporter. Let's start with what might be the most potent nut on the planet for seniors, the humble Brazil nut. This remarkable nut stands out for one extraordinary reason. It contains more selenium than any other food on Earth. Why does this matter? Your thyroid, that butterfly-shaped gland in your neck, requires selenium to function properly. Without enough selenium, your thyroid can't efficiently convert hormones into their active form, potentially leading to fatigue, weight gain, and even cognitive challenges. What's truly amazing is that just one Brazil nut contains approximately 96 micrograms of selenium. That's 137% of your daily requirement. This matters tremendously because research shows that up to 20% of adults over 65 have some form of thyroid dysfunction, often without realizing it. When your thyroid works optimally, everything improves, from your energy and metabolism to your temperature regulation and mood. The selenium in Brazil nuts help support this critical balance, but the benefits don't stop there. Brazil nuts contain unique fatty acids that help maintain the myelin sheath, the protective coating around your nerves. This preservation helps maintain coordination, reaction time, and brain signal speed, all of which naturally decline with age. What sets Brazil nuts apart from supplements is their bioavailability. Your body can absorb and utilize the selenium from Brazil nuts more efficiently than synthetic supplements, giving you better results without relying on pills. However, moderation is key. Because they're so nutrient-dense, consuming 1 to 2 Brazil nuts per day is sufficient. Eating more can actually lead to selenium toxicity, which may cause fatigue, hair loss, or nerve problems. For optimal freshness, choose Brazil nuts still in their shells and store them in your refrigerator, as their oils are delicate and can become rancid when exposed to heat and light. Recent research is particularly exciting. Scientists have found that antioxidants in Brazil nuts may help protect telomeres, the caps on your DNA that shorten with age. This could potentially influence your biological aging process, helping you stay younger at the cellular level. Walnuts, your brain's best friend. When we look at a walnut, nature gives us a visual clue about its primary benefit. It resembles a miniature brain. This isn't just coincidence, but rather nature's way of showing us that walnuts are exceptional for brain health. Walnuts stand apart from all other nuts because they contain the highest levels of alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a plant-based omega-3. Fatty acid that's crucial for maintaining brain cell integrity and supporting memory and cognitive function. A groundbreaking study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that seniors who consumed just 1.5 ounces of walnuts daily for 8 weeks demonstrated significant improvements in processing speed and mental flexibility. This isn't just about preventing decline, it's about actively enhancing brain performance. The true magic of walnuts lies in their unique ability to deliver anti-inflammatory compounds that actually cross the blood-brain barrier. The polyphenols in walnuts have been shown to reach neural tissue directly, fighting inflammation in the brain itself. This may help slow the development of Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia. a primary concern for many aging adults. Another surprising benefit: walnuts naturally contain melatonin, which tends to decrease as we age, contributing to sleep disturbances. A small handful of walnuts in the evening can help regulate your sleep-wake cycle naturally without medication. If you're managing blood pressure, walnuts may actually help your medication work more effectively thanks to arginine, an amino acid that supports healthy blood vessels. Their rich antioxidant profile helps maintain arterial flexibility, a key factor in cardiovascular health. For optimal benefits, aim for 7 to 9 walnut halves per day. Store them in the refrigerator to prevent their delicate oils from turning rancid. Whenever possible, crack them yourself, not just for freshness, but because the act of cracking helps maintain hand strength and motor skills. Don't be put off by their slight bitterness. That's actually a sign of their powerful antioxidant compounds working to protect your cells from damage. The hidden dangers of pine nuts, the medication disruptor. Now let's shift our focus to some nuts that might be quietly causing problems in your body. At the top of our caution list is the small, slippery pine nut. These expensive little morsels may seem harmless, but for seniors taking medication, they could be silently sabotaging your health in ways your doctor may never have mentioned. The most concerning issue with pine nuts is their potential to interfere with over 60% of commonly prescribed medications, including blood pressure drugs, statins, and antidepressants. These food-drug interactions can reduce the effectiveness of your prescriptions or even cause unexpected side effects. What's particularly troubling is that most physicians don't discuss this during routine checkups because pine nut interactions aren't widely covered in standard medical training. You might be doing everything right, taking your medications as prescribed, while unknowingly counteracting their benefits with that pesto pasta or pine nut salad. One of the most bizarre yet clinically documented effects of pine nuts is pine mouth syndrome, a condition that causes a persistent metallic or bitter taste that can last for days or even weeks. While this might sound like a minor annoyance, for seniors it can lead to a loss of appetite, disrupted eating habits, and even unintentional weight loss. Studies show that up to 42% of those affected by pine mouth syndrome experience noticeable weight loss, a serious concern for older adults already struggling to maintain proper nutrition. Imagine every bite of food tasting like metal for 2 weeks. That's not just uncomfortable, that's malnutrition waiting to happen. Pine nuts are also extremely high in polyunsaturated fats that oxidize quickly, forming inflammatory byproducts that can exacerbate arthritis, heart disease, and other chronic conditions. Their tiny size and slippery texture make them a choking risk, particularly for seniors who have swallowing difficulties or medication-induced dry mouth, which affects a significant number of adults over 65. From a digestive standpoint, pine nuts contain enzyme inhibitors that interfere with protein digestion, which becomes increasingly important as we age and our protein absorption naturally declines. Perhaps most concerning of all, emerging research is linking certain varieties of pine nuts to accelerated macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss in seniors. You might be adding them to your salad for a touch of class, but they could be contributing to the loss of your precious eyesight. If you've been sprinkling pine nuts on meals regularly, now may be the time to replace them with safer alternatives, like pumpkin seeds or sliced almonds, which still add crunch without the hidden risks. Pistachios, the natural blood pressure regulator. Let's return to the positive side with pistachios, one of the most underappreciated nuts for senior health. These vibrant green gems may work like a natural blood pressure pill without the side effects. What makes pistachios stand out is their exceptional potassium to sodium ratio, with roughly 285 milliliters of potassium per ounce, while being naturally low in sodium. This matters tremendously because aging kidneys tend to retain more sodium, which can raise blood pressure. The potassium in pistachios helps balance this out, potentially lowering systolic blood pressure by 3 to 5 points, a drop comparable to certain prescription medications, but without the unpleasant side effects many seniors experience. Beyond heart health, pistachios offer remarkable protection for your vision. They're rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, two powerful carotenoids that directly support the macula. the part of your eye responsible for central vision. Regular consumption may help slow the progression of macular degeneration, which affects millions of Americans over 60. Pistachios also have a distinct advantage in terms of texture. Soft enough to be gentle on aging teeth and gums, but with a satisfying crunch that engages chewing muscles and keeps eating enjoyable as we age. Their vibrant green and purple color isn't just beautiful, it's a visual indicator of the antioxidants inside, which help fight the free radicals that accelerate aging throughout the body. Here's a fascinating benefit. The act of shelling pistachios actually supports cognitive health and mindful eating. The process of removing the shells slows down your snacking, prevents overeating, and engages fine motor skills. Studies from the International Journal of Obesity show that leaving the empty shells visible can reduce calorie intake by making us more aware of how much we've eaten. For those with arthritis or reduced hand strength, choose partially opened pistachios, which still encourage a mindful pace without being too difficult to open. Aim for about 49 pistachios per day and select unsalted or lightly salted versions for maximum health benefits. Each serving provides around 3 grams of fiber, which helps regulate blood sugar levels, especially important for the nearly 1 in 4 seniors managing diabetes or prediabetes. The unexpected threat of macadamia. Nuts, the caloric bomb. Now let's talk about a nut that has gained tremendous popularity in recent years, particularly among followers of low-carb and keto diets, the rich, buttery macadamia nut. While they may taste delicious, macadamia nuts could be silently sabotaging your weight management efforts, cholesterol levels, and even your dental health. The primary concern with macadamia nuts is their extremely high caloric density. With approximately 200 calories per ounce, they're the most calorie-packed nut available. That's more than double the calories in the same amount of many other snacks. At a stage of life where metabolism naturally slows down, this excess caloric load matters more than ever. Beyond calories, macadamia nuts contain about 22 grams of fat per ounce, much of it saturated. While some fats are beneficial, this amount can overwhelm the gallbladder, which becomes less efficient with age. For the estimated 15% of seniors with silent gallstones, macadamia nuts can trigger painful attacks that seem to come out of nowhere. Even more concerning is that macadamia nuts have one of the highest saturated fat levels among nuts, about 3 grams per ounce. This is a key contributor to rising LDL, bad cholesterol, which is especially dangerous for those with existing heart concerns. And if you've invested in dental work, crowns, bridges, or implants, the extreme hardness of macadamia nuts can spell disaster for aging teeth. There are practical concerns as well. Macadamia nuts are among the most expensive nuts, and to save money, many people unknowingly purchase lower quality batches that may have gone rancid. These oxidized fats are a major source of free radical damage, a known accelerator of the aging process. Most store-bought macadamia nuts are heavily salted and oil roasted, adding extra sodium and damaged fats that stress the heart and kidneys, 2 organ systems that become more vulnerable as we age. Here's something you probably haven't heard. Most large clinical studies on nuts and heart health actually exclude macadamia nuts because of their high fat content. This should give us pause when we see them marketed as heart healthy. Many seniors gravitate toward macadamia nuts for their buttery flavor, especially as taste buds become less sensitive with age. But this richness often leads to overconsumption, further complicating weight management and cardiovascular health. If you enjoy the rich crunch of macadamias, consider switching to pistachios instead. They offer a satisfying texture and flavor, with a far better nutritional profile for older adults. Almonds, the bone-strengthening powerhouse. As we age, maintaining strong bones becomes increasingly critical for maintaining independence and quality of life. This is where almonds truly shine as one of nature's most perfect foods for aging bodies. Almonds stand out for their impressive levels of calcium and vitamin E, which work synergistically to maintain bone density. After age 65, bones naturally become more porous, increasing fracture risk, a leading cause of loss of mobility and independence. Just a quarter cup of almonds provides approximately 97 milligrams of calcium, helping to counteract the accelerated bone loss that occurs after 65. But what makes almonds truly special isn't just their calcium content, It's how they help your body actually absorb and utilize this essential mineral. This is where magnesium comes in, another nutrient almonds deliver in abundance. Magnesium acts as a transport system, helping calcium move into your bones instead of building up in arteries where it can cause dangerous calcification. Almonds also provide heart-friendly monounsaturated fats that help lower LDL, bad cholesterol, while supporting HDL, good cholesterol levels. This becomes increasingly important as cardiovascular risk naturally rises with age. For optimal benefits, we recommend consuming 15 to 20 almonds per day, preferably raw or dry roasted without added salt. This serving size delivers around 3.5 grams of fiber, which helps combat constipation, a condition affecting nearly 40% of older adults and significantly impacting quality of life. Research from Tufts University demonstrates that the unique antioxidant profile in almonds helps protect brain cells from oxidative stress, a key contributor to cognitive decline and memory loss. When purchasing almonds, choose those with the skin still on, as the skin contains flavonoids that work synergistically with vitamin E to double their antioxidant power. One important note: thorough chewing is essential, as almonds can pose a choking hazard for seniors with swallowing difficulties. Always eat mindfully and consider soaking them overnight to soften their texture if needed. The concerning truth about cashews, the hidden sugar spike. Now let's discuss cashews, those creamy, curved nuts that seem healthy but may be particularly problematic for seniors managing blood sugar or bone health. Unlike most other nuts, cashews are surprisingly high in carbohydrates, containing around 9 grams per ounce, and have a higher glycemic load that can impact blood glucose levels. For the estimated 25% of seniors with diabetes and nearly half with pre-diabetes, this can cause unwelcome blood sugar fluctuations that affect energy, mood, and long-term health outcomes. What makes this particularly problematic is the health halo surrounding cashews. Many older adults consume them liberally, believing they're making a nutritious choice, not realizing they may be contributing to glucose spikes after every handful. From a nutrient perspective, cashews contain oxalates, compounds that bind to calcium in the digestive system and reduce its absorption. This represents a major concern for aging adults already at risk of osteoporosis. If your doctor has advised you to monitor your bone health, cashews might be quietly interfering with calcium utilization. These same oxalates contribute to kidney stone formation, especially in those genetically predisposed, and this risk increases substantially after age 60. With kidney function naturally declining with age, this additional stress is something many seniors would be wise to avoid. There's another little-known issue. Raw cashews naturally contain urushiol, the same toxic compound found in poison ivy. While it's removed during processing, that process often involves high heat, which damages their fragile fats and reduces nutritional value. Commercial cashews are frequently oil roasted and heavily salted, further increasing blood pressure concerns. The enzyme inhibitors in cashews can interfere with protein digestion, a significant issue for seniors who already struggle to absorb protein effectively as digestive efficiency declines with age. Their creamy texture, while satisfying, can also lead to mindless overeating, contributing to weight management challenges when metabolism has naturally slowed. If cashews are part of your daily snack routine, consider transitioning toward almonds or walnuts, which provide more protein, fiber, and healthier fats with fewer risks for aging bodies. The surprising case against peanuts, the inflammatory trigger. Finally, let's discuss one of America's favorite snacks, peanuts. They're in protein bars, trail mixes, and most people's pantries, but for older adults, peanuts may be quietly doing more harm than good. First, it's important to note that peanuts aren't technically nuts at all. They're legumes that grow underground. This growing environment makes them particularly vulnerable to contamination by aflatoxins, naturally occurring toxins produced by certain molds that have been linked to liver damage and increased cancer risk. What makes this especially concerning is that your body's ability to detoxify these compounds weakens with age. While young adults can efficiently process and eliminate these toxins, seniors may experience a cumulative effect as detoxification pathways become less efficient. Beyond aflatoxin concerns, Peanuts contain proteins that can trigger low-grade, inflammatory responses in many people, even without a true peanut allergy. For older adults already managing chronic inflammation, which increases naturally with age, this can potentially worsen joint pain, elevate cardiovascular risk, and accelerate age-related cognitive changes. Another consideration is peanuts' high omega-6 content, which can disrupt the delicate balance between omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids in the body. When omega-6 intake is disproportionately high, as it is in many Western diets, it can promote inflammatory processes that stress your heart, joints, and brain. If you're taking blood thinners like warfarin, here's something your pharmacist may not have mentioned. The vitamin K in peanuts may interfere with your medication's effectiveness, potentially requiring dosage adjustments. Even peanut butter presents challenges. Commercial versions often contain hydrogenated oils, added sugars, and high sodium levels, all of which can compound heart-related risks in seniors. Even natural peanut butters frequently include added salt that can affect blood pressure, a serious concern given that nearly 2/3 of older Americans have hypertension. Storage presents another hidden danger. Improperly stored peanuts can become rancid, forming harmful free radicals. The typical dry roasting process used in commercial peanut products often produces acrylamide, a compound that some studies suggest may contribute to neurodegenerative decline. If memory loss runs in your family or you're concerned about cognitive health, this is one nut you might want to reconsider. For those who love peanuts and haven't noticed any adverse effects, consider rotating them with more anti-inflammatory options like walnuts or almonds to reduce your exposure to potentially harmful compounds while supporting healthier aging. Making smart choices for vibrant longevity. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the extraordinary benefits of Brazil nuts, walnuts, pistachios, and almonds, to the potential concerns with pine nuts, macadamias, cashews, and peanuts. But remember, nutrition is never one size fits all, especially as we age. Your unique health history, genetic background, and current medications all influence how different foods affect your body. The goal isn't to create fear or anxiety around certain foods, but rather to empower you with knowledge so you can make more informed choices. Think of your daily nut consumption as an opportunity. Each handful is either supporting your longevity or potentially working against it. By being selective about which nuts earn a place in your pantry, you're making a small daily choice that can have profound effects over time. I recommend creating a simple nut rotation throughout your week. Monday and Thursday, Brazil nuts, 1-2 per day. Tuesday and Friday, walnuts, 7-9 nuts. Wednesday and Saturday, pistachios, up to 49 nuts. Sunday, almonds, 15-20 nuts. This approach ensures you're getting a diversity of beneficial nutrients while limiting exposure to any potentially problematic compounds. It's a balanced strategy that acknowledges both the healing power of certain nuts and the potential concerns with others. For those managing specific health conditions like diabetes, heart disease, or kidney issues, I strongly recommend discussing these dietary choices with your healthcare provider. The information I've shared today should complement, not replace, personalized medical advice. Remember that preparation matters too. Whenever possible, choose raw or dry roasted nuts without added salt or oils. Store them in airtight containers, in your refrigerator to preserve their delicate oils and prevent rancidity. And always practice mindful consumption. Nuts are nutrient-dense, and a small portion goes a long way. A personal note, from my heart to yours. Before we conclude, I'd like to share something personal. My own mother struggled with cognitive decline in her later years, and witnessing her journey was what initially sparked my passion for researching how nutrition affects brain health in seniors. Through years of clinical observation and staying abreast of the latest research, I've seen remarkable differences in how people age based on seemingly small dietary choices. The humble nut, something many of us eat without much thought, can be either medicine or a minor burden to the aging body. My hope is that this information helps you live not just longer, but better, with more energy, sharper thinking, and the physical capability to enjoy your golden years fully. After all, longevity without quality isn't the goal. Vibrant, engaged living is what we're after. I believe deeply in your body's remarkable capacity to heal and thrive when given the right tools. Even small changes, consistently applied, can yield powerful results over time. It's never too late to make choices that honor and support your health. If you found this information valuable, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel. We're building a community of health-conscious seniors who believe that aging can be a beautiful, vibrant experience when supported by evidence-based nutrition. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which of these nuts do you already enjoy regularly? Was there anything in today's discussion that surprised you? Your experiences and questions help shape our future content and benefit our entire community. Remember, every bite you take is an opportunity to nourish your body and support your longevity. Choose wisely, eat joyfully, and honor the incredible wisdom of your aging body. Until next time, wishing you vibrant health and boundless vitality in your golden years.